Yo, what's going on? People who need to whip, this is definitely that guy. And this is Not Nation, the greatest nation for the dreadlock participation. What's going on today is looking into some Caucasian dreads of the sort. Brandon B, known from No Jumper, and definitely a talented rider in the BMX game. So get your dose, get your daily fix on the Not Nation content. Here we go.
Going counter. I got clientele. 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 I got clientele.
Brandon Began, BMX pro rider out of LA. This dude has some serious dreads, as you have seen. Definitely freeforming in this game. It's good to see Caucasians with the freeform dreads happening on this channel. This dude, well known for falling on his face at the El Toro set in California. He definitely holds it down in the BMX game. With hair like this, it's going to be pretty easy to freeform over the years, except of course with Caucasian hair, it tends to take a little bit longer to mature and lock up together in a natty fashion, opposed to an Afrocentric human being. Brandon's locks being quite long, a lot of it frizzy hair still, but you can see loose hairs as well as matured locks mixed in. He's kind of got a half and half style going, definitely not tight to his scalp or blunted tips in any way. It shows that he's really embraced his natural hair for what it is and no brushing. Being a sports fanatic and enthusiast, it's going to be hard to keep his hair sweat free after each session. So typically guys like this will want to wash their hair a bit more often after sweating so much. But being out in California, it's going to be easier for him to do so because the sun will air dry it properly. Shots like this, we see the length, his hair coming down, his hair coming down to almost his chest. It's got to be at least 4 or 5 years of hair growth here, maybe just a few years of locking formation in the process. It seems that this photo really shows the Congos on his nape. This area is going to be the first area to start to lock up, especially on Caucasian hair. But he is definitely holding down the freeforms. And honestly, don't be strung up on the frizzy hair count, because obviously guys like Brandon here have tons of frizzy hair and he's just embracing it for the most part. This will boost the dreadlock confidence 100-fold. I'm kind of a fan of how his locks are barely dreaded at first glance. You don't really notice the dreads until his hair kind of moves around a little bit. I'd be interested to know what you guys think in the comments below on Brandon's hair. In the earlier stages of his locks, his hair would have looked more like this, just shorter and not as clumped together yet, but you can see the forms starting to come together on this picture for sure. And heading over to his Instagram page, I saw photos like this where his locks just tend to be very loose. Bangs on the front, some locks on the sides and at the back, and surrounded by a lot of just loose hair. Here we can really see the ends staying pretty wispy, the tips not blunted at all. You can notice that he's never holding his dreads up in a ponytail. Lots of cush on deck, rolling up them grams, of course. But he's always wearing his hair down or in a beanie or a toque here in Canada, as we call it. I'm happy to see that he doesn't rock the ponytail like a lot of people do. Wearing the beanie in this fashion is a great way to just keep your hair off your neck. Tuck it up in the back of your hair, in your hat. And notice that his Tams aren't super bulgy because his locks aren't that bulgy overall. Very wispy dreads that he's got going on. So oddly enough, this would be called the neglect method in the Caucasian world. We call it freeforms here in the Afrocentric world. We don't really go by neglect terms. Neglect and freeform is basically the same thing. I don't know why one is different than the other. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that discussion. But here, yeah, Brandon just having crazy frizzy hair for the most part. It's a cool look. In the No Jumper interview, he has shorter hair. Not sure if he really cut him down or what. But photos like this, you actually really see the definition of his locks. Again, definition in the locks on the main shaft of the lock is very matured. Tips wispy as usual, but it looks good. I feel that having Caucasian hair and dreads, people will want to be impatient and try and crochet and back home and twist and rip and do all this and that to get their dreads right away. But really, you can just wait it out. Just wait it and be patient, because in time the dreads will form. People just have faith and have confidence that this is going to happen. I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the dread review on Brendan, BMX rider. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and happy.